Hello everyone, Jeff from RespawnStudios.com here with episode 1 of my video series Just a Taste, where we will be taking a look at the opening to various Xbox 360 games. And I will be telling you a little bit about the games, hopefully some of the achievement details, just so you get an idea of how they play, what they're like, and so then hopefully you can make an informed decision whether or not you would want to play the game for yourself. Alright, so we're starting off with one of my favorite games in the world because it combines Harry Potter, which is like my obsession, with Legos, which I grew up on, so double win. This is Lego Harry Potter, years 5 to 7, the sequel to the first game, obviously. So this covers the last 3 books, or 4 movies. So we're starting it with year 5. One of my favorite things is these cutscenes, because there's no voice actors because they're Legos, so they make like all the grunting noises, kind of like Zelda, and they're just really funny, and intentionally funny. They're trying to make everything really enjoyable in the game, which is awesome. One of the big things with all of the Lego games is that there are tons of collectibles and little side things that make you have to do replays, which you feel inclined to do because it's so much fun. But there's the first one. You use Harry to use a spell, Wingardium Leviosa, just by holding down B. And then Dudley Dursley has to use that strong pull because he's the strong character. I guess I should just point out at the beginning as well, you could enter cheat codes, but just by hitting start and going to extras. And the cheat codes relate to the 20 red bricks you could find during the game. But if you enter the codes, you could use them to start with. And they're kind of like game breaking because you could still use them and get achievements and everything still counts. But they kind of encourage it because you can find the red bricks pretty easily during the game anyway. One of them gives you invincibility, one of them gives you extra stars. One of them makes those studs, those little Lego pieces, come to you faster. Like you don't have to go right up to them. It's called stud magnet. They're brought over to you. And then probably the biggest ones are you can get times, like multiples of the studs that you pick up. So it's crazy because in old games, I don't think it was like this. Usually you could just use them together, like the times 10, times 2, times 8. Or whatever, and it just gives you like times 30 or whatever. It just adds the numbers, but in this game it multiplies them together. So if you're using all 5 of them, or maybe it's 4 in this game, I think they cut like times 6 out, or times 4. But anyway, if you're using all of them, you get times 960 for every brick you pick up. And there's an achievement for the 50 gamer score for having 1 billion studs. And right now in my game, I have 2 billion. So it's pretty crazy. But again, you don't have to use them, but it's always there as a possibility. And I've also done the achievement guide for this on easyxbox360achievements.com, and I have a lot of video guides up. If you're into trying to get all the collectibles and everything, I could help you out that way. So also check out our channel for more videos on this game. So I'll talk about some more of the conventions of Lego Harry Potter. You use multiple characters in every level, and usually they have some unique abilities. Like Dudley is strong, so we could use those pull things. Eventually Hermione could always use her cat, which could go in these special tubes. She could also use her beaded bag once you get to year 7, which does some unique collectibles. Ron could use Weasley boxes, which give you some unique items. So there's a lot of cool features like that. And they really vary the gameplay up nicely. So right here we're in a flying sequence, which is pretty badass. And the reason you're going to want to collect studs is it's how you buy extras. So every time you pick up the character tokens, like that first one we got when Dudley pulled apart that piece at the playground, you go to Diagon Alley, and in a lot of Malkins you're able to buy all the characters, but some of them can cost up to, I think Voldemort is like 2 million. So it's good to have them on hand. You also buy the red bricks that you unlock that way. So finding things doesn't mean you have them. You have to then go and buy them. There's some extra spells you can get. And the studs also relate to getting what's called True Wizard in every level. I forget what it was called in Lego Star Wars. But it's getting like a certain number of studs per level. You get an extra gold brick. And again, if you have the cheat codes enabled, picking up like the first brick, you're going to have True Wizard. So it's that bar at the top, right in the middle, which is filling up with gold over the like black-gray. That's the True Wizard bar. The top right is another character, so you could have local co-op. Unfortunately, there's no online co-op, which would be even more amazing. But you could have two people playing together. Otherwise, the solo person will just have to hit Y to switch between characters. So basically, every level is a collection of mini puzzles. So you have to find out how to manipulate the game world, aka the Lego world, to put together these different things. So there we put those, looks like sort of flowers on this vine, which makes it like a saw. And it cuts down the tree and saves one of the Order of the Phoenix members that we need to use this fountain. So that meter under the True Wizard is the 3 characters that we need to save. And I've already done this level, so I'm just showing you how to get the 3. But there are also... Well, I guess I'll point that out right now, too. There's just so much to talk about with this game. It's crazy. But I've walked past like a car that you need to repair, but you have to be Mr. Weasley to do that. And he's not one of the characters you could use right away. So, again, it's one of the options that you can go back and free play and use those things, which usually unlock unique collectibles, like other characters you couldn't get otherwise, or red bricks, or even gold bricks. Sometimes they're Hogwarts crests, which is yet another collectible in the game. You have to get one for each of the Hogwarts houses per level, and there are 24 regular levels. And there's also always the awesome bonus level if you have all 200 gold bricks. So basically, even though it could be a short game, because the 24 levels, even though it sounds like a decent number, they are relatively short and kind of simple, because the game is intended for younger audiences for the most part, or just to appeal to everyone really. So it's not that difficult. But again, there's so much replay value to go back and do everything. You can find collectibles just walking around Hogwarts, which you can go to independently in Diagon Alley. There's just some locations you could go to outside of the story missions to find collectibles and just have these little fun moments. And they just did a really, really good job with this game. I've loved all of the Lego games, but this one seems like they really put even more effort into it. The graphics are amped up from past games. It just seems like it's even funnier. There's Creature. Right here is a very funny moment. It's just a really fun experience to play the Lego games, and they keep improving. They've made Lego Batman, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, Lego Star Wars is how they got their start. But I just highly recommend playing this game. And the 24 levels are divided 6 per year. It counts 5, 6, 7, and then 7 part 2, which sometimes they refer to even as year 8, which isn't necessarily true. But all right, I think that's going to wrap it up for this first episode. Hope you enjoyed watching. Please let me know in the comments or by liking the video if you enjoyed this, and I'll be working on more very soon. Thanks for watching.